I had a really great week of sales, and it's mainly because of a very surprising platform on which I sold a pair of pants where I made over $90. Stay tuned.
Won't nobody love you the way they should. Won't nobody check up on you, make sure you're good. Won't nobody check those body tremors for your neck.
Hi everyone, my name is Becky Park, and I'm a part-time reseller on a bunch of different reselling platforms like Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about sales that happened on, let's see, 6 different platforms. And that is one of the things that I like to do on this channel, is talk about what kinds of things have sold for me on my various platforms, things that I've picked up at thrift stores or consignment stores or received for free from my friends that I list on those various platforms for as much as I can to make a really great side income. Reselling has proven to become a really great side hustle for me. And so if you want to learn a little bit more about what that looks like, as well as see, the kinds of things that I like to pick up in the form of thrift hauls, or learn some reselling tips about specific platforms and whatnot, then definitely make sure that you hit that subscribe button so that YouTube lets you know when I come out with more content. And I usually do post at least 2 videos a week. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the week of September 6th through the 12th. And I do apologize right now if my voice sounds crazy. It's been a crazy week at school. I am a full-time high school choir teacher, just with like teaching and, we're rehearsing for a musical. And so I'm just using my voice all the livelong day, and you can hear it, and I apologize, but we're gonna try to get through this and see what happens. So we're gonna start with sales that took place on Monday, which was September 6th. The first thing that sold was this Talbot's striped long sleeve wool sheath dress in a size large. This sold for $32. I had $2.81 into it. So after Poshmark's fees and my cost of goods, I made a profit of $22.79. That is something that I picked up at a local consignment store not too long ago. I mean, I have sat on this for a few months now, but I was pretty confident that it would sell because Talbot's is a great bread and butter brand for me. If I can make a $20 profit on anything, I'm really happy. And if you pick up the right Talbot's pieces, you can consistently do that. And then eBay, I had a great day. So the first thing to sell on eBay was this Under Armour black mock neck long sleeve base layer in a size medium for women. It was Labor Day, and I was running a 30% off sale in my eBay store just, for the weekend and to try to move out some inventory. This was something that my sister-in-law had given me for free. It sold for $12.59 because it was on sale. The buyer paid for shipping, and so after fees and all that good stuff, I made a profit of $10.92. Not the $20 that I'm shooting for, but when you get free inventory, it's $10.92. It is, and I'm happy with that. The next thing to sell was this Hannah Anderson beige cable knit cardigan sweater in a size 8. I believe I picked this up at a local children's consignment store for my daughter, but the truth is she's not about these chunky, oversized, super warm things. She's very simple. She just likes her Nike shorts and a t-shirt. She does not like to be warm. And so I knew she was never going to wear this. So I just went ahead and listed it. I probably had a couple dollars into it, but I'm saying that my cost of goods was nothing because it was for her. So this ended up selling for $15.90. That's an offer that I sent out to watchers. It was promoted at 1%. And I have had a few viewers ask, what does that mean when you say that it's promoted at 1%? What it means is you're willing to pay an additional percentage to eBay to kind of bump your listing up so that people can see it better. It'll show up higher in the search results when people are searching for specific things, just to help you get more eyes on that item. And you're agreeing to pay that percentage more in fees based off of how much you said you want to pay. So I just promote all of my listings at 1%, and it's fine. A good amount of my listings actually do sell because of promoted listings. And so I don't really see the need to do higher percentages. However, I know some people will use higher promoted listing percentages, and that works for them, and that's great. I'm kind of a cheapskate, and so I don't do that. Let me know in the comments below what your promoted listings philosophy is. eBay does kind of this cool thing where they will recommend a promoted listing percentage kind of based off of the market. I ignore it and I just do my 1% because that's what I do. So that did sell at that 1% promoted listing rate, and I still made a profit of $14.63. Hannah Anderson has been selling like crazy for me, not for a ton, but really fast and just like all of my Hannah Anderson is flying out the doors. I don't know what's going on. There are like a few more Hannah Anderson sales even, throughout the week. And I don't even have that much Hannah Anderson in my inventory. So it just goes to show that the sell-through rate is pretty great. The next thing to sell was this pair of Skechers slide-on memory foam comfort shoes in a size 7. These sold for $17.49. They were also promoted at 1%. The buyer paid for shipping, and so I made a profit of $14.93 on those. I had no cost of goods because my mother-in-law gave those to me for free the last time that we were in Chicago. She gave me a huge bag of shoes, and a lot of them have been selling through. Even though I feel like I would have passed on these if I had, seen them at a thrift store, I was happy to try them out when they were given to me for free. The next thing to sell was this pair of American Eagle camo print cargo shorts in a size 28. I kind of bought those in a panic the last time I was at Goodwill just because I needed to spend a certain amount to be able to use this coupon, and I didn't have very much time to source. And so, American Eagle does great. Cargo shorts do great. It was a great combination. It was a small size. And so I, grabbed them anyway. I think there was like a little bit of puckering and whatever. So they sold for $17.49 and they sold pretty quick, probably within a week or two of being listed. They were promoted at 1%. If you're not promoting your listings, it's worth trying it, even at 1%. If you feel like you're not getting a lot of eyes on your listings, maybe try promoting at 1%. The buyer paid for shipping. I had $4.35 into them from that Goodwill, so I only made a profit on those shorts of $6.95. It was a quick flip. It sold at 30% off. I probably would have made more, obviously, if they had not sold during a sale, but I'll take it. It is what it is. The next thing to sell was over on Mercari, and it was a Hannah Anderson orange sleeveless floral dress in a size 8. Again, this was my daughter's. She recently told me, she's like, I don't like to wear dresses unless they show the waist. Like, she likes when the waist is cinched. If it's just like a sheath dress and just doesn't really like show her shape, she's not gonna wear it. So she wasn't gonna wear this. When I went to list it, and photograph it and whatnot, I noticed that there was a huge discoloration on the back of the dress. Like, not necessarily a stain, but maybe, just something that happened in the wash. And despite that, it's still sold on Mercari for $13. And so I made a profit of $11.02. The next thing to sell was over on Facebook Marketplace, and it was this pair of Adidas black and pink pull-on joggers in a size youth large. Those sold for $13.60 because I did have like a 10 or 20% off sale going on. And so I made a profit of $12.47 on those because that was something that I got for free from a friend at church. The next few sales were over on the most surprising platform of all, for me at least, thredUP. So I haven't really been doing that much with them, but I did have some labels from like way back when. So I did have some things that I was like, I don't really want to list these, or, like these are brands that can do pretty well on thredUP and sometimes will do better over there than they would for me on Poshmark or eBay. So I just went ahead and sent a couple bags. I'm kind of worried because I sent 2 bags on the same day. One of the bags processed like a month or 2 ago. The other bag has not yet. They have lost entire bags, entire boxes of mine before. So I'm a little worried that they've lost this bag. And if that's the case, what they do is usually refund you a set amount based off of the manifest that you send them of what kinds of things you had in that bag. You do have to fight with them sometimes because they'll try to tell you that your stuff is worth basically nothing. So you do have to be very diligent about kind of like, one, checking to make sure that they have processed your items or that like they know where your stuff is. And 2, you have to be diligent about kind of creating like a manifest or a packing order of all the stuff that you have in the box or the bag, and not just putting it in the box, obviously, but like keeping a copy for yourself. And 3, you do have to be diligent about just kind of fighting for what your bag or box is worth. So I kind of feel like that is a battle that I have coming up. But within that first bag of goodies, some of the stuff has been selling through, and I had one amazing sale. So let me share. Okay, the first thing to sell was this pair of Chaps jeans. was not excited about selling that. They were in a size 14 petite. I think they were like boot cut or something. I had gotten them, funnily enough, in a thredUP denim rescue box. I had gotten one a while ago. My cost of goods was about $1.27. I sent it right back into thredUP. They gave me a payout of $3.52, and so I made a profit of $2.25. I probably could have listed those myself and made some money on them, but it would have taken time to photograph and list and store and share and do all those things. So I was like, forget it. Like thredUP can just sell that themselves. And they did. So the next thing to sell, this was the amazing sale. It was this pair of pants by the brand Brioni. Brioni is it's some European brand. I don't remember what country it's from. And I don't know if it's still like an existing brand, but I think that they were probably a little bit more popular back in like the 90s or even 2000s. My mother-in-law has a lot of stuff from this brand, and I think that these pants came from her, but they were just these pair of wool pants in a brown color in a size European 48. I don't know exactly how much they sold for on thredUP, but my payout was $91.39. I'm like 100,000% sure that I would not have been able to get anywhere close to that had I tried selling those on my own platforms. And I would have probably had to sit on those for a very long time. But thredUP was able to sell those relatively quickly and get me a payout of $91.39. It's those kinds of pieces that I like to send to thredUP. The ones that are really great brands, are really great quality, but I'm just going to have a hard time moving them myself. And so I was ecstatic when I saw that had sold. And then the last thing to sell on thredUP this day was this Banana Republic black and white striped short sleeve dress in a size 2. That one, I don't know where I got it. So I don't know. I kind of feel like a friend gave it to me because of the size. So I just said there's no cost of goods. So I'm saying that I made a profit of $5.66 on that because that was my payout from thredUP. That's a really low payout. I'm pretty sure someone used like a coupon or something. Usually it's a bit higher for Banana Republic, but whatever. So Monday was such a great day, with it being Labor Day weekend and whatnot. And because of the fact that I do cross list to a good number of platforms and utilize platforms like thredUP as well. So if you're interested in cross listing and just getting your items onto other platforms, I personally use a software called List Perfectly. I've been with them for at least 2 years and I absolutely love them. Not just their service, which is great. It helps me cross list quickly to all the platforms that I do, but they also have wonderful customer service. They're all about building up community. So if you wanted to try it out, they do have a little bit of a free trial where you can just at least like test the waters and see if it's for you. But I will leave my coupon code down in the description below with the link. And the coupon code is simple. It's just Becky Park, and it allows you to save 30% off of your first month of List Perfectly. So moving on to Tuesday, which was September 7th. I had all Poshmark sales. I think the rest of the days I had sales on, at least 2 platforms, but Tuesday was strictly a Poshmark day, which I'm not mad about. So the first thing to sell was this pair of Converse All-Stars or Chuck's, low top shoes in a size 8. They sold for $15, which is really low, but these belong to my brother. My brother does not care about fashion. Like he doesn't like know fashion. We don't have an Urban Outfitters anymore. We used to. And I live near the college town for the college, University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign. And it's called Urbana-Champaign because the campus, is both in the city of Urbana and in the city of Champaign. So my brother, a few years ago for my birthday, he got me a gift card and he's like, oh, it's from that store that you like, Urbana Outfitters. And I was like, do you think that this store is specific to Urbana? Like, I'm so confused. Like, this is a huge chain, like a very popular store. Like, he really thought like this was a store that only existed on Green Street in Urbana, Illinois, which it wasn't even in Urbana, it was in Champaign. Anyway, that's how much he knows about fashion. So he will wear whatever he has into the ground. These were disgusting. Like I couldn't tell if they were gray or brown. I think they used to be gray, but then because of like all the wear and there were like water stains and stuff. But Chuck's will sell in almost any condition. I have sold Chucks with like pen markings all over them, with like all these stains and stuff. They will sell in whatever condition. And so these sold for $15 and I made a pure profit of $12. And they sold within like 2 weeks. Chucks are great, especially if you get them for free, if you find them at the bins, if you can pick them up for $1 or something. You're not going to make a killing on them, especially if they're not in good condition, but you'll make something. The next thing to sell was this Victoria's Secret polka dot bra in kind of like this Tiffany blue color. It was in a size 34B and that sold for $8. And I had about $5 into it because it was something that I purchased from a friend as sort of like a consignment deal. So I made 5 cents on that bra. I let it go for that cheap because there was some like staining kind of like on the inside. I don't know. Yeah. So I was like, fine, that's fine. Plus it was a little bit smaller of a size. The next thing to sell was this pair of Tom's Majorca. I probably should know how to say that word and I don't. They were this pair of suede perforated open toe booties in a size 9.5. Those sold for $30. I had $1.81 into them because I got them at a local consignment store. I have had them for a while. I think I went to that store, I want to say in like January or February. I mean, it's been a while, so, not a quick flip, but I did make $22.19 off of them. So happy about that. The next thing to sell was this New with Tags Laundry by Shelly Segal black velvet tie dress in a size 6. This was another item that I picked up at that consignment store on a different day, and my cost of goods that day was $4.86. So it sold for $35 and I still made a profit of $23.14. It did take a while to sell again, but it just randomly sold outright at my full asking price. So not mad about it. Moving on to Wednesday, which was September 8th. I had a few Poshmark sales and a Mercari sale. So the first thing to sell on Poshmark was this pair of Express black pinstriped editor dress pants in a size 4. Those sold for $15 and I had 80 cents into them because they did come from that local consignment store big bulk buy that I did over a year ago at this point. And so I made a profit of $11.20 on those. I believe I did try sending those into thredUP and selling them there. They weren't able to sell them for me, but I got the job done. So the next thing to sell was another pair of Toms. These were kids' Toms. They were these pink Tiny June, that's like the style name, Mary Jane shoes in I think it's like an infant size 5. They sold for $18, and so I made a profit of $14.40 because I did have a friend from church give me those. She just like randomly gave me a bunch of stuff for free. Some of it was, her daughter's stuff. Some of it was like home goods, and I've been making really good money off of her stuff. So Susan, thank you. The next thing to sell, I was shocked by. It was this pair of J. Crew 484 slim fit light wash jeans in a men's size 31. I had these listed for $50 and they sold for my full asking price. Now I did buy these off of a friend at church. We did, like a consignment deal. So I believe I gave him around like $15 for these, but I still made $25 profit. I usually have a really hard time moving J. Crew denim, but I think this was definitely like a newer style. And I do think that J. Crew denim does better for men than it does for women. So just something to keep in mind. I feel like women's J. Crew denim is so super saturated. So is men's, but maybe not like as much. Sorry, my hair is like driving me crazy because I have like all these baby hairs, whatever. Okay. The next thing to sell was over on Mercari. This was another pair of shoes from my mother-in-law. And it was this pair of SAS, which is San Antonio shoes, walk easy leather Oxford lace-up shoes in a size 6.5. These sold for $34. And so I made a profit of $29.31. SAS is a great brand. They're great for people who have health issues, like to the point where I think even like Medicare or, some health insurances will cover shoes by this brand. But typically they are not a very quick seller for me, but these actually sold within, I want to say like a few days of being listed. So that was really surprising and exciting. I wish all SAS shoes would move that quickly. Moving on to Thursday, which was September 9th, I had a good showing of platforms this day. So the first platform that we'll talk about is Poshmark. The first thing to sell was this pair of Dansko blue and yellow floral canvas slip-on clogs in a size 8.5. These I thought were beautiful. I'm not like a big Dansko girl in the sense of like I have never ever worn them myself. I don't even think I've ever tried them on. I think Danskos are typically worn by nurses and doctors and people who are on their feet a lot, maybe like chefs and stuff. I don't know. But but I don't really have a purpose to wear them. But these sold for $40. I had them listed for $50, sent out offers to watchers on these for $40 with discounted shipping, and I had $7.44 into them because I picked them up at a local consignment store. So I still made a profit of $22.80, which, you know, shooting for that $20 profit on things as much as I can, and that was amazing. The next thing to sell was this Reebok Chicago Blackhawks t-shirt. It was for the player. I've sold stuff by this player before, and I still don't know how to say his name. Toes? I don't know. I know he was really good. Is he still playing? I don't know anything about hockey. But yeah, Blackhawks is a hockey team. So this was like for the NHL. It was in a size large. It sold for $18. I got it for 80 cents at that local consignment store, like bulk buy a long time ago. So my profit on that was $13.60. It did take a good amount of time to sell, but happy that it moved. And I knew that it would, and I knew that my profit on it would be like pretty decent. The next thing to sell was a bundle, and I was really happy about this bundle because they were both what I thought to be really great pieces, but I had had both for a while. So the first one was this cabby green tartan plaid moto zip jacket in a size 8. I had $5.63 into that from a local consignment store. And then the next item was this Neiman Marcus black ruffle front midi jacket in a size small. This one I only had 80 cents into because it came from that big bulk buy at the local consignment store. I thought both pieces were really great, really, you know, wonderful, like layer pieces. So the bundle sold for $60 with $2.46 discounted shipping. I had $6.43 into that bundle. So I still made a profit of $39.11. Pretty happy with that. And it always feels really good to move out old inventory. It feels good to move new inventory too, because it makes you feel like, okay, I'm picking up good stuff that people want. But there's just something about, you know, finally packing up that item that's been taking up space in your home for well over a year. Over on eBay, I had another one of those old get out of my house type sales. You know, Lori Tata likes to call them her Bye Felicia sales. So this was another one of those. This was a pair of Sperry white and green eyelet boat flats in a size 6.5. They sold for $23.99 with free ship. And I had $1.80 into those because they came from that same big bulk buy from over a year ago. These have been listed for over a year, and I finally made a profit of $11.31. That's not the kind of profit I'm hoping for after holding on to something for over a year, but that happens sometimes. And now I know that most Sperry you just leave behind. You're just not going to make that much on it, and it's going to sit and sit and sit. The next thing to sell was this pair of Under Armour Renegade RM. I don't know what most of this means. Football cleats in a size youth 6. These sold for $17.99 with the buyer paying for shipping. Promoted at 1%. I got these from that same big bulk, you know, consignment store deal. So I had $1.80 into these. So my profit on them was $12.79. Listed forever, made $12.79. Cleats will sell. They will not sell for a lot, especially like the kids ones. I'm sure there are some adult ones that will sell for a pretty penny, but I've sold a good number of kids cleats now and I don't enjoy it. I don't. I'm probably going to leave them all behind at this point. The next thing to sell, I was pretty surprised by. It was this Banana Republic Factory charcoal gray wool blend coat in a size small. This I was surprised by because it did not last for very long. It was listed for maybe a week. It sold for my full asking price of $39.99, which I was surprised by because this is Banana Republic Factory. And yeah, I don't know. I was just pleasantly surprised. The buyer paid for shipping. I was able to shove it into a padded flat rate envelope. I think it took me like 10 minutes to get that thing into it, but I did it. So I made a profit of $33.99 because that was something that my youngest brother gave me for free to resell. Sometimes he'll just get a bunch of stuff together and hand it over to me, and I'm very thankful. The next thing to sell was a video game. It was the game Overwatch Origins Edition. For the PS4. It sold for $14.99, which was my full asking price. It was promoted at 1%. I did a free ship on it, so I made a profit of $9.80. I don't know. Oh, you know what? I was going to say that I don't know where this game came from, but I think that I got it at my library because they give out these like free book coupons all the time for like everything. I had a bunch and I used them at like their book sale thing one day. And I tried to pick up as many video games as I could because I know that, you know, video games can sell. I thought that this was listed. I thought I had listed it a long time ago, and I was just kind of cleaning out my hard goods section, which is not very big because I don't do that much with hard goods, trying to get more into it. And I saw this game and I was like, is this listed? Because, like never had anyone liked it. Like I just didn't remember any sort of action surrounding this item. And I went to check and sure enough, it wasn't there. It could also be that eBay just randomly deleted it. I know they do that sometimes, which is really frustrating. So I went ahead and you can't relist something that you never listed in the first place, I guess, but I listed it to eBay and all my other platforms and it sold within a handful of days. So definitely check your inventory every once in a while just to make sure that everything you have is actually listed because it can't sell unless it's listed. Moving on, I sold the Sony DVD PS2 remote control. Like, I found this at the bins in Indianapolis forever ago. I just picked it up because it weighed nothing, and I know that remote controls can sell, and so I have had it for forever, never got around to listing it because, every time I saw it, I was like, why did I pick this up? But I went on a listing frenzy and especially just tackled my hard goods death pile. And this sold within like 4 days for $7.99 with free shipping. It was promoted at 1%. I made a profit of $3.50 off of this thing that's been in my house for so long. So it's not a lot, but it's kind of cool moving this kind of stuff out. I don't know. The next thing to sell was over on Mercari, and it was this 92 sleeve Case Logic CD case. Yeah, just, the thing that we used to all put CDs in back in the day. We had like 3 of them between my husband and I, and we were just cleaning some random stuff that we had in our house, and we came across these CD cases, kind of flipped through, got super nostalgic, looking back at the music we used to listen to in the 90s and 2000s, threw away a bunch of CDs. I started looking a bunch of them up on eBay to see if, they were worth listing, but it was just going to be such a hassle and so much work. So a lot of them went. A lot of them we did save. I don't know what we're going to do with them yet, but we did save some. But we were left with 2 of these CD cases, both of which have sold at this point. Actually, I think we were left with 3, and we kept, I don't know, whatever. But this one sold for $11, and we made a profit of $9.28. Not bad for just junk that's been laying around the house. And then I did have another thredUP sale on this Thursday, and it was by the brand Adrienne Vittadini. I feel like you can get this brand at like TJ Maxx. But it was this purple open front cardigan in a size small petite. It sold on thredUP for $46.99, which boggles the mind. Like, this brand, you see it so much in thrift stores and stuff, but I had 80 cents into it. I got it from that local consignment store. My payout was $13.40. Once you factor in my cost of goods, that total drops to $12.60. I don't think I would have made $12.60 selling that myself, so thank you, thredUP. Moving on to Friday, which was September 10th. I started off the day with a really great bundle to a viewer named Jill. So Jill, thank you so much. She got 3 pieces. The first was this Nick and Zoe linen open front cardigan in a size 1X, and it was in this really cool like chartreuse color. That did come from the local consignment store bulk buy deal that I did, so I had 80 cents into those. The next thing was this Cherokee magenta satin and tulle full tutu skirt in a size small. Cherokee is a brand that they used to sell at Target for kids. I don't know that they do anymore. And this was something that my daughter had worn a bunch. Like, she was super into these like really full skirts when she was younger, but she has since outgrown this. So I just had gone ahead and listed it. And then the last thing to sell was this Coldwater Creek chambray embroidered dress in a size extra large. And that was from the local consignment bulk store deal as well. And so I had 80 cents into that one too. So the bundle sold for $55. I had $1.60 into those 3 pieces. I believe she just like sent me that offer, which I accepted, obviously. And so my profit after fees and cost of goods was $42.40. Jill did leave me a love note saying that she loved everything, and I'm just so thankful that you came and shot my closet. Thank you so much. The next thing to sell was this pair of Tommy Hilfiger Genesis, that was like the style name, suede block heels in like this eggplant color in a size 6. These sold for $12 on Poshmark. I had $6 into them because they came in a thredUP rescue box, like a shoe rescue box. It was such a bad box, I remember. And these shoes had like stains all over them. Like it seemed like someone took a piece of chocolate and just kind of like rubbed it again. I don't know. They were just all these weird like not even stains. They were like, yeah, pieces of chocolate or something that I had to like scrape off. They were so gross. And after all that, I made a profit of $3.05. I should have just donated them, but I was like, I can sell these. Like I can. And I did, but oh, sometimes you just gotta know when to give it up. And then over on eBay, I sold this mini Bowden purple puffer vest for kids who wear sizes 9 to 10. That sold for $19.90. It was promoted at 1%. The buyer paid for shipping, and I made a profit of $16.03. That I was actually sent by a viewer for free. She sent me like a box of goodies of stuff that she thrifted for my kids to wear, which was the sweetest thing. There were like all these vests and jackets and I don't know, just such cool things. And my kids have had such a blast wearing all of those things. My daughter did wear some of the other vests that she had sent. This vest, she was like, it's so puffy. Like I feel like a marshmallow. And you know, the viewer had said, if you want to resell anything, like be my guest, I just wanted to treat you and your family. And oh my God, like just the sweetest thing ever. So thank you so much. You know who you are. But yeah, I was really thankful to make that $16.03. This actually was part of a jacket. So it was like, the sleeves would zip off, which obviously someone did. And then I think she found it without the sleeves, but it still sold. So I love that. I love selling things with flaws. I don't know what it is, but I love the fact that I can take something that most people would probably just throw away, and I'm able to give it second life, which I think is really cool. The next thing to sell on eBay was this pair of White House Black Market slim crop Moto Zip jeans in a size 0. Those sold for $18 with free ship. I got them from a friend at church for free, so my profit on those was $10.47 after being listed for what feels like forever, just a very long time. Over on Mercari, I had a really exciting sale. It was this dress by the brand Kiana, which I'd never heard of, but I picked it up because it was plus size and it was really, really cute. It was a scalloped boudoir lace dress in a size 1X. That sold for $57. I do use smart pricing on Mercari, which means that they will slowly drop the price of your item until it hits the floor price that you have chosen, you know, at the time of listing. So the price of this was slowly being dropped. I think that the lowest I was willing to go on this was $50. But at $57, someone just bought it outright. So my profit on that after my cost of goods, which was $4, and Mercari fees was $45.35, which is amazing. I love making $45 off of one item. That I picked up at a local consignment store. I always hit up the plus size sections because, you know, it sells well, it sells quickly, and I love having really great clothes for plus size women. And then on Facebook Marketplace, I sold this 39-30 New Era Detroit Tigers baseball cap. That sold for $8, and I made a profit of $7.37. Where did I get that? I think I got that in a thredUP rescue box, actually, like a men's thredUP rescue box. So I didn't put my cost of goods on there, which I should have. I believe my cost of goods was like $3. So really I made like $4.37 on that hat. But moving on to Saturday, which was September 11th, I had one sale on Poshmark, and it was this pair of American Eagle mid-rise jeggings in a size 8. Those sold for $20. I did send out offers to likers on those, so I did pay for $2.46 of the shipping. I had $2.37 into those. I don't remember from where. I just wrote down that that's how much I had into them. And so I made a profit of $11.17. I usually sell American Eagle jeggings for a bit higher than that, like usually at that $25, $28 mark. But I think I'd had these for a while. And I do feel like the jeggings are kind of not as popular as they used to be, especially with kind of these looser styles being a bit more trendy nowadays. People aren't all about like the super skinny jeans anymore. So, you know, if you can get rid of it, why not? And then over on Mercari, this was another flawed item that sold. It was this Club Monaco black 100% wool sheath dress in a size 6, and it had a couple holes in the back that someone had done a pretty poor job of trying to stitch up, and just some like little tiny pull type situations. It still sold for $23. I did have $5.14 into it because I got it at a Plato's Closet, I want to say like 50% off sale. But I still made a profit of $14.59, which I didn't think I was going to make that much once I found out that it was flawed. So that was, you know, really exciting. And then finally on Sunday, which was September 12th, I sold on Poshmark another White House Black Market item. It was this Moto Zip sweater in a size extra small. You could call it a sweater, you could call it a jacket, but I guess, yeah, I don't know. I didn't think it was super cute, but it was something that a friend of mine from church gave me for free. It sold for $30, and so I made a profit of $24 on that. And it was listed for like probably a month or two. Again, something that I sent into thredUP. They did accept it, but they did not sell it, and so I got it back, and I probably would have made like around that much on thredUP too, I think. They do price White House Black Market kind of high, and yeah, I probably would have made somewhere around there. The next thing to sell was by the brand Biscotti, which, you know, they make like really cute, like very girly pieces for kids. It was this white and pink faux fur hooded jacket in a size 18 months. It sold for $15. I did pick it up at that local consignment store for 80 cents. And so I made a profit on that item of $11.20. And then over on eBay, this was an amazing sale, like amazing. I sold this book called The Kodai Method. The Kodai Method is just basically about sight reading and using solfege and hand signs. It's a music thing, right? It's like a choir thing. I got this for free from a friend of mine who used to teach choir and hasn't for a very long time. And he was like, do you want some stuff? Like, I've got music, I've got books about teaching music, I've just got all this stuff. Do you want it? And I was like, sure. So he dropped off like 2 bins worth. And I was like, oh my God, like this is so much garbage. Like, what am I going to do with all this? But there were some treasures in there, including this book. This book sold for my full asking price of $114.99. It was promoted at 1%, and I did have free shipping on it, but shipping was only $3.82 because I was able to use media mail. I made a profit on this book of $95.07. And it was not listed for very long. I think it's probably been listed for like 2 or 3 months. There are not very many of these online. There just weren't very many of these books. And so there were a few other listed. There were like a couple comps, but because there just weren't that many, I could kind of choose how I wanted to price it. And it paid off. I was so excited when that sale came through. I think I literally like screamed because I was like, I just wasn't expecting to sell that anytime soon. So that was super duper exciting. And then the last sale was actually to a viewer, and I did not write her name down, but I will write it here. It was this Harley Davidson graphic t-shirt. It was from like the Indianapolis store, and it was in a size 2XL. That one I had sourced at a garage sale that my friends and I had gone to. I picked it up for $1, and this viewer reached out to me to let me know that she was super interested in it. So I told her I could do $18 shipped, and she was like, yes, that sounds great. Actually, my average cost of goods for the whole garage sale was $1.92. So that's what I deducted for my numbers. But like I said, you know, the actual price that they charged me for that shirt was $1. So at the end of the day, I made a profit of $10.76, and a viewer has a really cool shirt. So thank you so much for your purchase and for watching my videos. I appreciate you so much. The last thing that we'll talk about are my numbers. How much did I actually end up making this week in September? A lot. I ended up making a lot, and it felt really good. On Poshmark, I sold 19 items for a gross sales amount of $453. However, once you factor in their 20% fees and, you know, any shipping discounts that I offered, which, you know, I did offer a few, that total drops to $353.12. My cost of goods for those 19 items was $53.20. The amount that made its way into my bank account from Poshmark was $299.92. So basically $300. Over on eBay, I sold 12 items, and that was for a gross sales amount of $321.31. Once you factor in eBay fees and shipping and all that kind of stuff, that total drops to $248.59. I only had $8.20 as my cost of goods for those 12 items because so many of those things I had gotten for free from friends, which is crazy. So I actually made a net profit of $240.39 on eBay. On Mercari, I sold 5 items, and that was for a gross sales amount of $138, which is pretty good for me on Mercari. Like typically I do not really earn over $100 on Mercari in any given week, but I've been doing a lot better on Mercari these days, which is exciting. Once you factor in Mercari's fees, that total drops to $118.69. My cost of goods for those 5 items was $9.14, and so the amount that made its way into my bank account as net profit was $109.55. On Facebook Marketplace, I had those 2 sales for a gross sales amount of $21.60. Once you factor in Facebook Marketplace fees, which are very minimal, but that's also because like you're not paying for actual customer service because they don't have any, but that total drops to $19.84. $0 as my cost of goods, so $19.84 is also my net profit. I had 1 direct sale for $18 as my gross sales amount. Once you factored in shipping, which I covered, I ended up with a profit of $12.68. I had $1.92 as my cost of goods, so the amount that I earned as my net profit on that item was $10.76. I had 4 thredUP sales. My payout from those 4 sales was a total of $113.97. And once you factor in my cost of goods, which was $2.07, the amount that I actually earned as net profit from thredUP was $111.90. So in total, I sold 43 items for a gross sales amount of $1,065.88. Once you factor in fees and shipping, that total drops to $866.89. I had $74.53 into my cost of goods, and so at the end of the week, I had a net profit of $792.36, which made me really happy because that is higher than my $650 profit goal for each week. I beat it by over like $140, which is great. So I was super excited about the week that I had, thankful for all the different like people in my life who helped make that possible, like my husband, who was just so helpful at getting stuff done at home. I'm so thankful for friends who help me with things like inventory and go sourcing with me. eBliss, they are a company that I use to help me ship. I will have their information down below. Obviously, you know how much I love List Perfectly, and I also use an app called Seller Insight, which is how I made a lot of those sales on Poshmark on older like stale listings because I was able to relist them really quickly with Seller Insight. So, someone asked me, what sold video a couple videos ago. They said, thank you for sharing your numbers. And I like seeing like what the amount is that actually goes into your bank account, but also like I'd really like a breakdown of what does that mean for you in terms of like how much you're earning hourly and stuff. I know that actually Veronica, she's from the Veronica Mit K YouTube channel, she actually did a video like that where she literally calculated like how much does she earn per hour based off of, what she's been selling, because obviously it's not just, hey, you sold it, great job, but there's a lot of time that goes into making these sales. You have to go out and source the item, you have to clean it, you have to photograph it and list it and cross list it. Like there's a lot of work that goes into it. So I get the question. I have not ever sat down and figured that information out for myself. If you'd be curious to know, if you'd like a video on that topic, let me know in the comments down below. And if there's anything that you've ever, wondered about or wish that I would make a video about, let me know in the comments below. Sometimes it's really helpful to hear from you guys, like what you would like to see. So that is it for the week. It was a wonderful week. I'm still a week behind on my What Sold videos, but I promise you, I'm like gonna try to get caught up this week. Let me know how your sales have been in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. If you didn't get enough of your What Sold fix, then I do have a playlist down in the description below that I can link in case you just want to binge watch What Sold videos. So thanks again. Y'all are awesome. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Because Talbot's is a great bread and butter. They were promoted. It was a white and pink faux fur